when a quiet, retired teacher passed away. The neighbors assumed she had a small pension, maybe a few thousand in the bank. But when the lawyer opened her will, the entire community was left speechless. The humble woman in the small house hadn't just been saving, she had been silent, patiently, building an $8 million fortune. That no one, not even her closest friends, ever suspected. $8 million. No one knew. Let's call her Margaret. She taught English literature at a public high school for 40 years. She drove a 15-year-old sedan. She clipped coupons. She shopped at thrift stores. To the outside world, she was the picture of a modest, frugal teacher. She lived in the same small house she bought decades ago. No fancy vacations, no new cars, no designer clothes. But behind the quiet exterior, Margaret was playing a completely different game. The system. Rule number one. She paid herself first. Before groceries, before utilities. She automatically moved a large chunk of her paycheck into her brokerage account. Not 5%, not 10%, 30% of a teacher's salary, year after year after year. Rule 2, the dividend snowball. She didn't chase hot stocks or crypto. She bought solid, boring, dividend-paying companies. Then she did the most powerful thing an investor can do. She reinvested every single dividend. Her money didn't just grow. It had babies. Rule 3, a lifetime of patience. Margaret didn't touch her money for decades. She let the magic of compound interest work while she graded papers, attended faculty meetings, and lived her quiet life. She understood something most people never learn. Building wealth isn't about timing the market. It's about time in the market. The numbers. Let's do the maths. A teacher's salary isn't huge, but let's say she invested $500 a month, just $125 a week, in a diversified portfolio, averaging a very reasonable 8% return. Over 40 years, she wouldn't have a few $1,000s. She'd have nearly $1.6 million. But she also had a secret weapon. She bought a modest rental property early on, paid it off, and it appreciated significantly. Combined with her disciplined saving and the miracle of compound interest, at that point, $6 million grew to over $8 million by the time she passed. $8 million! The Shockwave Margaret had no children of her own. Her students were her family. And in her will, she left the entire fortune to fund scholarships for first-generation college students at her local high school. Kids who, like her, just needed a chance. Her quiet life has now launched hundreds of young people into futures they could only dream of. The real lesson. Here's what most people get wrong. Margaret didn't feel deprived. She felt purposeful. Every time a coworker bought a new car, she knew her future scholarships were growing. Every time someone complained about money, she felt the quiet thrill of her compounding dividends. She didn't sacrifice her life for wealth. She designed a life of intention, and the wealth was a byproduct. Wealth isn't loud. It's patient. It's built by boring decisions made over and over while the world chases excitement. I post a new story like this every week. Real people, real numbers, zero hype. If you want to build wealth quietly, with purpose and patience, hit subscribe. And let me know in the comments, what's the most intentional thing you're doing with your money right now? I read every one.